Hi everybody, today I'm going to do a quick overview and review of the Rancilio Rocky Grinder. As you can see, mine is currently taken apart. I just cleaned it. So first I'm going to go over all the pieces of the grinder. The first thing that I have out is the top burr of the grinder right here in my hand. It is removable and I'll show you how it comes out later. Then you have the bottom burr, which is screwed into the base of the grinder right there. You have this little drip tray ground catcher at the bottom. You have the grind button right here, the on-off switch right over here, and we'll go over some of these pieces in a minute. The finger guard for the grinder, and then a small bean hopper that does go on top. And last but not least, you have a portafilter holder that slides right in here. And like I said, I will put it all back together in a minute. I just wanted to go over all those pieces real quick and then show you how to actually put it back together. So once you have already cleaned it and you're trying to put it back together, this top burr actually screws in to the bottom burr. I'm going to twist that until I can twist no more. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the bean hopper back on top. And so this should drop in right. Looks like I overturned the top burr a little bit, so I'm just going to loosen that just a little bit. And so you can see you want to line up the 0 right on the little triangle that's right here. And you know, this is just a sticker on the actual hopper, so it might be a little bit off. So I'm still just a little bit off, and so then the next piece you're going to look to make sure you're at the right setting. Drop that in, and then the holes should line up for the screws. So you can see like right here and here, my holes are lined up. Because you'll find that the finger guard has little screws to secure the top burr and the hopper together. So I'm going to drop in the finger guard with the screws in those holes, and I'm going to screw that back in real quick. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to show you this lowest grind setting that it has. I'm on all the way on 0 right here. And I'm going to drop in some beans. So the Rancilio Rocky does get very fine. So you can see this is basically a powder. I'd say that's fine enough for Turkish coffee. And then at its coarsest, so it actually has, it is stepped, so every time you move it, it's going to stop. I'm just going to go around 55, let's call it. Again, the numbers stop at 40, but if you continue to count, it would be around 55. I'm going to grind that out. So if you're looking at what it does on 55, then it's going to be very coarse, probably even coarser than kosher salt here. So you can see that it's very coarse, but the great thing about the Rocky, and I upgraded from the Compresso Infinity, is that it is very consistent, even that coarse. So I found that in my French press, it's really improved the flavor that comes out of the French press. So I really like the Rocky for the price point. I think it's a really, really great grinder. I use it for everything down to espresso, like we talked about. This powder is probably fine enough for Turkish coffee, and all the way up to the French press. So it's really versatile, which is really nice. It is stepped, so as you're changing between, you know, French press and espresso, or V60 and espresso, it's easy to know where you're at versus the stepless. Again, with the stepped, you're not going to get as much precision as you would with the stepless, but having the ability to switch back and forth without having multiple grinders is key for me. The thing I've found about the Rocky, it's a nice, well-built machine. It's metal all around the sides and metal in the front as well. I really like the grinder. I've really enjoyed it for the last couple months that I had it, and I really do feel like it's made my coffee better coming from the Compresso Infinity Burr Grinder. So A lot more options, a lot more precision, a lot more control over the grind. And I would definitely recommend it as you're starting to get into espresso, but still doing a lot of pour over coffee, because it is so versatile and it is stepped, so you know that if you use your Chemex on a 27 grind and your espresso on a 7, you're easily able to repeat that every time.